A recent Vanguard study showed something interesting. Retirees who used partial planned Roth conversions done over multiple years ended up with up to 23% more after-tax retirement income than retirees who either converted everything at once or didn't plan conversions at all. Same tax code, same Roth rules, very different outcomes. And the difference wasn't whether they did Roth conversions, the difference was how they did them. Now, if you watched my earlier video about some of the reasons why not to do Roth conversions, part one, you know this already. Roth conversions can be incredibly powerful, but they're not automatic. They don't work because they're a Roth. They work because they're intentional. So in this video, I want to show you when Roth conversions actually make sense, how they're meant to be used, and what separates a smart Roth strategy from one that quietly costs you money. We'll call this part two. Now, let's start with the most overlooked opportunity for Roth conversions. Reason number one, low income years before Social Security and RMDs, or required minimum distributions. If I had to name the single best window for Roth conversions, it's the years after you stop working but before required minimum distributions or income kicks in. This is what we often call the retirement tax gap. During this period, W-2 income is gone, Social Security hasn't started yet, required minimum distributions haven't begun, which often means your taxable income is artificially low. And that creates opportunity, not because taxes are low forever, but because you control the bracket. In these years, Roth conversions can be used to intentionally fill the 12% bracket or part of the 22 or 24 and so on, instead of letting those brackets go unused. This is where Roth conversions are doing what they're designed to do, not guessing about the future, but taking advantage of a known opportunity right in front of you. The goal isn't to convert everything. The goal is to convert enough to prevent higher forced taxes later. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest drivers of Roth conversions done correctly. Number two, large required minimum distributions in the future. RMDs are predictable. If you have a large pre-tax balance, the IRS will eventually force distributions, and those distributions stack on top of the Social Security payments, stack on top of pensions, stack on top of portfolio income, which can push you into higher brackets later in life more than you ever experienced while working. This is where Roth conversions shine, not because they eliminate taxes, but because they reshape when taxes happen. By converting strategically before required minimum distributions begin, you can reduce future forced income, you can lower the size of your required minimum distributions, maintain more control over your tax bracket, and that control matters, especially in your 70s and 80s when flexibility becomes more valuable than optimization. Now, there's an important distinction. This is not about eliminating RMDs entirely. It's about reducing their impact, smoothing income over time, avoiding tax spikes later. That's smart planning. Now let's talk about pensions. Reason number three, a pension that will push you into higher brackets. Now, pensions are great. They create stability, predictability, and peace of mind, but they also create taxable income. A pension combined with Social Security, RMDs, and portfolio income can push retirees into brackets they didn't expect. In these cases, Roth conversions earlier in retirement can help manage the overall picture. Not aggressively, but intentionally. This is especially true if the position is inflation adjusted or large relative to spending needs. Now, in those situations, Roth conversions can act as a pressure valve. They don't eliminate taxes, they reduce future congestion. Now, let's talk about one of the most misunderstood reasons people should consider Roth conversions. Reason number four, flexibility, not just tax savings. One of the biggest benefits of Roth money isn't the tax-free growth, it's control. Roth money gives you tax-free withdrawals, no required distributions during your lifetime, flexibility to manage income year by year, and that flexibility becomes incredibly valuable during market downturns, during large expenses, during healthcare events, or during tax law changes. Roth money acts like a release valve. It allows you to take money without increasing taxable income. That's not something spreadsheets fully capture, but retirees feel it. This doesn't mean everything should be Roth. It means Roth money should be available. Think of it as a reserve, a planning tool, an option. Options are valuable. And now let's talk about estate planning. Reason number 5, leaving tax-free flexibility to heirs. Now, under current rules, most non-spouse beneficiaries must empty inherited IRAs within 10 years. That includes Roth IRAs. But here's the difference. Withdrawals from inherited Roth IRAs are generally tax-free. Withdrawals from inherited traditional IRAs are fully taxable. If your heirs are in high earning years or peak tax brackets or professional careers, inherited traditional IRAs can create significant tax friction. In those cases, Roth conversions can be a gift of flexibility, not because heirs avoid taxes entirely, but because they control timing without tax consequences. This is especially relevant for families with uneven income levels, heirs already in high brackets, or multiple generational planning. So let's talk about Roth conversions, or how Roth conversions should actually be executed. Reason number 6, partial repeatable plan conversions. The most successful Roth strategies almost never involve one big conversion. They involve smaller conversions done consistently with clear bracket targets. Think of Roth conversions like filling a glass, not dumping a bucket. Each year, the questions should be, what bracket are we filling? What thresholds are we avoiding? How does this interact with Medicare? This approach reduces regret and increases control. It allows for course correction. Tax planning should be adjustable, not locked in. Now let's talk about something that rarely gets said out loud. Number 7, peace of mind. Some people sleep better knowing a portion of their money is tax-free. Future tax law charges won't affect them, and withdrawals won't increase taxable income. That peace of mind has value. Not infinite value, but real value. If Roth conversions help someone feel more confident, spend more freely, reduce anxiety about taxes, that actually matters. Planning isn't just about math, it's emotional, and good planning respects that. So let's pull this all together now. What smart Roth conversions have in common: they are planned years in advance, they are coordinated with income, they are bracket aware, and are flexible. Lastly, they have a clear purpose. They're not driven by fear, they're not driven by headlines, they're not driven by blanket advice, they are driven by cash flow, control, and long-term confidence. Before we wrap up, a few quick reminders. Avoid converting without a bracket target, ignoring Medicare thresholds, draining liquidity to pay taxes, treating Roth conversions as all or nothing. Roth conversions should feel calm, not rushed. Now, Roth conversions are one of the most powerful tools available in retirement planning. But power without precision creates problems. When done correctly, Roth conversions reduce future tax risk, increase flexibility, improve income control, and create long-term confidence. When done poorly, they just move money faster than necessary. Now, if Roth conversions are part of your retirement plan or are being recommended to you, don't ask just if you should do them. Ask how much, when, at what bracket, and for what purpose. If you want help pressure testing your strategy, thinking through timing, or understanding how Roth conversions fit into income planning, that's exactly what this channel is for. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future videos on retirement income taxes and planning with clarity. And if you know someone who's hearing conflicting advice about Roth conversions, share this series with them, because the goal isn't to avoid taxes at all costs, it's to create a retirement that works with confidence, control, and peace of mind. We'll see you in the next video.